we kind of asked everybody else this, and we haven't really got to talk to you since the move's been made. But how has fall camp been and that transition? And did it help kind of having a little bit of that in the Outback Bowl and playing at that position in that transition?
Yeah, absolutely. The transition's been pretty smooth. Other than the coming up from baseball, you miss a lot of the spring and the running aspect of it. So got to get in shape really, really quick. I think the Indiana game really helped me out, just having a week of it under my belt, But I've done a lot of learning about little things, that I didn't necessarily know about the receiver position, and it's helped me.
And Matt, I think, said you still have that QB brain where you've been on the other side of these routes and kind of know where that ball's supposed to go. Has that been a positive in terms of just the whole room and kind of giving these guys maybe some viewpoints that they didn't see?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel kind of like at an advantage, just because understanding the concepts to a deeper level, almost kind of knowing when the ball is supposed to come to me, when the ball is not supposed to come to me. But yeah, I try to when I can. The younger guys, the older guys have a pretty good, like Drummond and Braylon and Mingo. They have a really good idea of the concepts as well. But like the younger guys, I try to help them out a little bit, just kind of talking through it and stuff.
Are you healthy finally?
Yeah. Today I went through break, running routes full speed, 100%. I think they wanted to kind of monitor the workload, so they cut me off a couple periods early. But everything felt really good, and really happy to be back out there. Now it's about trying to get back in shape really quick again,
You mentioned having a quarterback mentality and stuff, but how difficult is it to be a quarterback and then to leave that position and to do something that's completely different from kind of what you've always done, mentally, emotionally even?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what was my first love. Playing the game of football was playing quarterback. I love to do it. It's probably still where my heart's going to be. I love playing quarterback. I love doing that. But the transition over is pretty smooth just because of the aspect of last year, the year before, having to know everybody's assignments, all that. So the transition is pretty easy. Now my heart is probably always going to be at the quarterback position, but not to say that receiver position isn't fun, because it is a lot of fun.
I mean, the portal was available to you. Did you ever think about that at any point? Did anybody reach out to you about playing quarterback for someone else?
To say that it didn't cross my mind, I'd be lying to you. But I love Ole Miss. I've kind of started something I think pretty good here with my friends and my family that love Ole Miss. The people here, the atmosphere here at Ole Miss, the baseball aspect of it, a lot went into it. But I feel really blessed to be at Ole Miss, and so I'm happy that I stayed.
Kind of following up on that, the relationship you and Jerrion have, football and baseball, and we talked to him in this camp, and he said he's relied on you because he's adjusted to some of those plays at slot. But have you kind of relied on him as well, in certain aspects? Or?
He's really, 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 really good athlete. I don't have to tell you that. To watch the way he moves is something that you kind of watch his film. You're like, how can I get better? Do it kind of the stuff that he does. And so at the receiver position, so quarterback position, you always kind of model yourself after a guy. Like, hey, I like Aaron Rodgers. I like, whoever your guy is that say I like how he plays the game. But at the receiver position, you can kind of take little things from everybody, I've learned. So maybe it's a release from somebody else. You can try to practice that at practice that day, or it's the top of the route end of something else from somebody else that worked really well. Jerrion out of the backfield is pretty really, really, really dangerous. In the open field is really, really dangerous. And I've watched his film, kind of analyzing it like that, like how can I do the things that he does, because he's really, really good in the open field. That's what I get from Jerrion.
You've been in the same room with Matt. You competed with Matt for a job, all that stuff. Some of the other receivers have talked about how he's changed, he's matured, he's become a better thrower, that kind of thing. You've seen this from a lot of different angles now. How is Matt Corral different today than maybe he was a year and a half ago?
I don't have to tell you about Matt's arm strength, because I think it shows really, really good. A very, very talented arm. And I think early on, he always wanted to make the big throw. Not to say that he doesn't make the big throw now, because he does. But I think now he doesn't try to force the deep throw. He really works through his progressions well, whether it's all the way down to the running back. So we like to say in the quarterback room that when we call a shot play and you don't force it and you get down and we end up getting yards from it, from like a running back, or maybe it's your first check down, then we have the ability to call more shots because we're steady gaining yards. And I think he's done that really, really well. really from when we first started to as the year went on to now this year, he's doing that really, really well.
Do you still spend any time in the quarterback room? Is there still any quarterback in you, or if something were to happen, or a package or that kind of thing, where you could come in and do it?
Yeah, so the way that we were doing it, so fall camp, we had 3 meetings, position meetings where we watched film. In the mornings, I would go with the quarterbacks during that meeting. In the middle of the day around lunch, I would go to the receiver meetings, meet with them, and then in the night, I would go back to the quarterback room. And right now in the mornings, I'm meeting with the quarterbacks and I'm watching film with them. Just because I like to, not to say that my football knowledge wouldn't grow in the receiver room, but I feel like my football knowledge is growing at a faster rate in the quarterback room. And that's what I wanted to continue to progress in, is my football knowledge, knowing the game better. And so I think we're doing a pretty good job of it.
Hey, John, Mike Fitzsimmons, Rebel Yell Hotline. I appreciate the sacrifice that you're making for your teammates and what you're doing. You've been fun to watch and enjoy. Talk to me about, repetition slows down the game in the mind's eye. And now you're at the receiver spot. You talk about all the information that you're getting from coaches and teammates and wide receiver rooms. You as a quarterback, what have you taken from the position that you innately know that you found out when you moved over there? And on top of that, what do you bring from the baseball side that you find out about as you prepare for the season? I mean, you had a heck of a campaign. It's high level stuff. It's SEC. So what have you found in that regard?
First, thank you. I appreciate your kind words. The piece that I bring up from the quarterback room is I really know, or at least I really, really try to know, landmarks, like on the field. Like I know that if they're going 3 high or something, or playing 3 weak or 3 buzz, then I need to be at this landmark. Now getting there, that's the piece of the receiver that I didn't know. You might have to avoid contact from a linebacker, or you might have to shake somebody at the line. And that's something that I had to learn, and I'm slowly progressing and getting better at. But I think that's the piece that I bring from the quarterback room. I feel like I know where I need to be. It's just the fact of getting there and getting there in a timely manner. Baseball piece of it, really, really excited about it. I've been over once since the season, swing a little bit, but I go over there a couple times a week just to talk with the coaches and stuff, just because I love the atmosphere over there, just like I do over here. Is when we start the season progressing, I'll try to sneak over there and hit at least once a week in the cages, just to try to keep the rust off of the swing.
Good stuff. Good luck, John.
Thank you.